Hey everyone, my name's Kenrick Hartman, and I'm a senior associate with Wiss Janney Elsner Associates in New York City. I came to WJE in 2010 as I was finishing my master's in architectural engineering at Penn State, and I've been here with WJE in New York City ever since. I spent my first 4 years at Penn State in the civil engineering department, then transitioned over to the architectural engineering department for my master's. Much of my coursework was focused on structural engineering, with the exception of a few courses in grad school, one of which was fully focused on the building enclosure. My master's research, however, was focused on curtain wall and storefront glazing systems, which is where my journey into the building enclosure world really began. As I transitioned out of school and into my professional career, I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to focus on structural work or on building enclosure work, but after getting my feet wet for a few years in both worlds, found that I was just more drawn to working with the building enclosure. Despite having some experience with my research in the enclosures, I quickly realized how much there was to know and discover in the enclosure world. There are literally a million different ways to construct and configure facades and roofs and waterproofing systems, and the variety of that work, along with the knowledge base that is required to be successful in that work, was very exciting to me. This is particularly true when dealing with forensics, where as-built unknowns cannot be simply solved or resolved maybe by increasing a safety factor or making a calculation more conservative. In forensics, you have to pinpoint the problem first in order to come up with a solution, and that can be tough when dealing with all these different systems that come together in unique ways and might be built at different time periods. Coming out of school, I found the best way to learn more about the enclosure world was to work closely with my mentors at WJE, but also to become more involved with professional organizations that focus on the building enclosure. And for me, that was IIBEC. IIBEC has great educational opportunities with their technical courses, offered both in person and online now, as well as their annual convention and trade show and building enclosure symposiums. They also have professional registration programs in the roofing, waterproofing, and exterior wall disciplines, which for me helped to create a more structured studying program even outside of college. That by studying for these exams, I was able to cover a wide variety of topic areas, some of which I never had experience with, and that personally again helped develop my knowledge base. My first exposure to IIBEC was about 3 years after I was out of school, and I'm excited to see that more students are getting involved with IIBEC while they're still actually college students. I sense a trend in academia to include more coursework in building enclosures, but becoming involved in IIBEC as a student is an invaluable way to learn these systems, as well as to meet professionals who already work in the industry and to see what opportunities exist out in the industry for young people. So, to students, I encourage you to do what motivates you. But if you're interested in building enclosure work, if that sparks your interest, then give it a try. You don't have to have extensive coursework in school, under your belt related to enclosures to be successful in the industry, as there are great opportunities to learn and hone your skills out there, IBEC being one of them. And to the professors and college faculty members, share this opportunity with those around you and with your students, particularly the student scholarship program. I know IIBEC already has a symbiotic relationship with a bunch of universities, and it'd be great to see if that network could grow. So other academic programs and their students could also benefit from that relationship. So with that, thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoy this year's virtual convention. Cheers.